Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Thursday night of Concordia Stingers basketball. I'm Blake Saraga here with you, joined by my friend Oliver Richmond on the broadcast. Oliver, it's going to be a great night of basketball. We have the Stingers and we have the UQAM Citadin, two teams that saw each other on opening night. It was the Stingers who got the good end of the stick on that one, winning the game against the Citadin 85-32. Now their record is 1-3, and the Citadin are starting at 0-4 to start the 2025-2026 season. So a lot at stake this game. Citadin looking to break their losing streak.
Yeah, 100%, Blake. A tough game for them to start off the season. They were struggling definitely in that first game, 100% against Concordia. So they're looking for revenge coming into this court. They definitely like to improve on that momentum that they started off with.
And now, here are the starting lineups for each team. For the Stingers, number 3, point guard Demi Morisseau starting it off. She'll be joined by number 3. Well, that is Demi Morisseau. She'll actually be joined by number 7, Alice Fleming, the shooter. She'll be starting tonight for the first time in a couple games for Coach Tanisha Gittens. She said at the beginning of the year she'd be switching between her two shooters a lot, that being Alice Fleming and Yasmin Gazmi. And there we have it, the all-star big, Serena Cheetah. She had a massive game last Thursday against McGill, 21 points, 11 rebounds, and a block in the win. She'll be joined by Victoria Lawrence, all-star guard last year in the RSAQ. And then finally, to cap off the starting lineup, for the Stingers, we have Angela Batchelor, another dominant big for the Stingers. She had a great game last week as well, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and a few steals to add on to the stat line. And then we move on to the Citadin, starting for the Citadin, Alice Allard, Rania Ubibet, Marjoie Marquis, Naomi Lehoux-Rivard, and Elizabeth Duchemin. It's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Ollie, what do the Stingers need to do here tonight if they're going to come away with the win, get their second win against the UQAM Citadin in as many tries?
Well, I mean, this team is definitely bigger than the Citadin, and their bigs dominate, and they did that in their last matchup. So I'd love to see them go inside early on and get a presence in that paint.
And the Stingers always have a big presence on both ends of the floor, especially on defense. And here they are on offense. Cheetah down low for a layup. That one's up. No good, but she'll get 2 shots and go to the line.
Early on, we're seeing a lob into the paint. I love to see that from Concordia. They've got the size. They need to abuse that today. I hate the word abuse, but they need to use that against the Citadin tonight if they want to come out with a victory.
100%, Oliver. And Coach Gittens thinks that Serena Cheetah is the best big in the RSAQ, so she's going to use her as much as she can. And there she goes, knocking down her first of 2 shots. That's been something she's working on, so great to see her hit the first. And here we are with the second. Cheetah taking her time with this one. Shots up and good for Serena Cheetah, starting it off for the Stingers. 2-0 to begin this one. UQAM breaking the press extremely well. It's a 2-on-1 for UQAM, driving in strong now against Batchelor, number 12, and she gets blocked by Angela Batchelor. Cheetah with the board. There's Demi Morisseau. Morisseau, guarded by Ubibet. Wrangling herself free there. She's down low under the paint. She's double team out to Batchelor. Batchelor finds Cheetah down low for a lay, and it's good. Stingers starting off strong.
Bigs connecting early on. Love to see it.
Here comes Ubibet. She finds Malky up top, swings it. And now it's to Duchemin. Duchemin, ball gets poked out by Batchelor. And UQAM struggling to get anything going here. A super deep 3 and nothing there. 6 seconds left on the shot clock too.
Yeah, 6 seconds on the shot clock. You think you maybe get it to the wing, get the ball into your guard's hand, maybe get a pick and roll going. Just a better look than that. That's not a look you want as a head coach.
A very deep 3 there for Ubibet. Here comes the Stingers. Lawrence finds a wide open Batchelor for 3. And that comes up just short, but Cheetah almost able to get the rebound. UQAM comes up with it. There's Gargia. Here comes UQAM. There's Alice Allard. Allard had a great game against Bishops. And UQAM struggling now to get an open shot. Here's a 3. That one's no good off the back of the rim. UQAM gets their own rebound. Batchelor on the foul.
That's a great look there. A much better look than the last possession down. A wide open 3. I don't mind that at all. No matter how much time is left on the shot clock, you never pass up a wide open shot.
And UQAM's been struggling with their shooting a lot this season. Wide open shots, a good sign for this team. Unable to get open a lot this season. WBB there with her second three-point attempt of the game. Ball sails out of bounds. It'll go back to Concordia. On the inbound for the Stingers is Marjorie Marquis. Marquis finds Duchemin. Duchemin. Pass goes off the mark. There's Alice Fleming. She has Victoria Lawrence with her, but she'll go up with the right hand, and it's good for Fleming. Concordia starting off 6-0. And UQAM looking to break the press. Fleming and Morisseau on the double team. Ball gets sent off to Allard. Allard finds Marquis. Marquis looking to back down Bachelor, but the referee's going to call a travel. She got her feet moving a little too quick there.
That's 2 early turnovers there for UQAM, something you'd hate to see as a coach. Both of them coming from Marquis, so she is going to get subbed off here early on.
Demi Morisseau now looking to put the pressure on Rania WBB. Morisseau evaluating her options, finds Cheetah down low. Cheetah gets the ball almost stripped, but she's on the ground now. Bodies flying everywhere, and it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go in favor of UQAM.
Great job there by UQAM to tie up Cheetah immediately on the catch. Didn't let her get a dribble off, didn't let her make any sort of play, as she's been their go-to so far early this game, and they did a great job tying her up there.
Here comes UQAM. Press broken. There's Allard. Alice Allard. Nice pass. And now it's back up top. Duchemin with a deep three. No good. Right off the backboard, and here comes Victoria Lawrence. Victoria Lawrence has been slow to start off these past couple of games, but she finds Cheetah down low. Ball's off the hands of a Citadin. It'll go back to the Stingers.
Early timeout here from UQAM as that press and this high-intensity defense from the Stingers has been doing nothing but make UQAM play panic ball, something that Concordia's doing what they want to do out the gate, you know, make the other team panic, make them take some bad shots, and they've done that early on.
Yeah, and it was Marquis who has a couple turnovers now, like you mentioned. Last game, she had 10 points and 9 rebounds, almost securing the double-double. So you know the Stingers are looking out for her, going to make sure to limit her as much as they can.
Oh, she was definitely on the film board all week, Blake. Somebody to look out for. You know, you prepped the entire week ahead for that one game, and this Thursday game, a big matchup for Concordia, hoping to get that second win of the season against the Citadin and a second win at home. So a big spot. You got to watch out for their best players, and they've done a great job getting her on the bench early in this game.
And let's talk about Concordia's defense so far, Oliver. What have you liked? Up 6-0, the game just started, but some great signs of life so far. Defense leading to offense. What would you say?
I love the coming right out to start with the press, you know, make the team panic, and they've done even in the half court a great job at staying intense, staying up right at the half court line. So I really like that. One thing they got to watch out, they are reaching in a little bit. Refs are letting some stuff go early, but they will progress to call that. The first 2 minutes of the game, you don't usually see many foul calls. But once you get into that second and third quarter, if you're going to stay that aggressive, you gotta keep your hands out. The refs will call that.
Certainly, and we have the Stingers here on the inbound. That'll be Victoria Lawrence. Same lineup for Coach Gittens. There's Demi Morisseau. Morisseau out to Fleming. Fleming, some tight defense on her from UQAM. Serena Cheetah getting the matchup she wants. Turning around, up and under, shots up, but it won't fall for Cheetah, although she gets the board and the foul. She'll go back to the line for another 2 shots.
Beautiful, beautiful move there by Cheetah. Just an unlucky roll. Gets her own board. Looking a little like Angel Reese getting you with the me-bound, but she gets to the free throw line, and she'll get 2.
Serena Cheetah stuffs the stat sheet whenever she can. She gets the rebounds and she gets the buckets, and she's the driving force behind this offense. And if she could continue to make those free throws, Oliver, like she's doing now, 3 for 3 at the charity stripe for number 8. It's just what you love to see. And I know Coach Gittens is super happy there on the sideline, watching her big make all those shots.
She may not look it, but she's definitely happy on the sideline there.
Stylish for sure. 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Serena Cheetah, perfect so far in this game. 6 of Concordia's 8 points so far, and Concordia able to get their hands on another loose ball. This time it'll go back to UQAM. Marjorie Marquis got fouled there.
Potentially getting away with a call there, Blake. But it'll remain with UQAM. They still got 20 seconds on the shot clock, so no complaints whatsoever there.
Marquis on the inbound. That's Alice Allard, and she found WBB. WBB to Jasmine Janice. Janice found Gargia. Gargia driving in with the right hand. She gets blocked, but they'll call a foul on Alice Fleming, and she can't believe it.
Definitely clean on the block, but she did have some hands in on the reach-in before she got the block, so I think that's what the call was for. Understandable call there from the refs.
Yeah, a little foul there on the body, and Jeanette Umahosa is going to sub in for Alice Fleming, and she'll go take a rest. Umahosa, a flamethrower to start the season, at least to start against UQAM. She had 22 points off the bench against UQAM in their first game, shooting 8 for 12 from the floor. She hasn't been as hot since, so we'll see if she could reignite that spark against the team that she dropped 22 on to start the year.
Well, as a coach, it's always great to have some sort of spark off the bench, somebody you can rely on, and I think coach is looking for that today.
Beautiful move by Demi Morris, so she goes up and draws the foul. Concordia living at the free throw line so far in this first quarter.
I mean, if you're going to get players to jump, continue to do so. Continue to be aggressive at the basket, and that's already 3 fouls early into this first quarter here for UQAM. So a great job by Concordia to get to the line so far.
And that's the first missed free throw for the Stingers so far in this one, and more so the type of player you know is going to knock those down. So not something to expect going forward for number 3. And the second one is up and good for Morris. So 9-1 the score. 3 minutes and change into this first quarter. A beautiful press for the Stingers. Victoria Lawrence almost gets a hand in there, but here comes UQAM. A floater is up over Fleming, and it's in. Off the hands of Alice Allard, cutting the lead down to 6. Here's Morisseau. Morisseau has Ubi Bet on her. Morisseau finds Lawrence. Lawrence out to Umahosa. Jeanette Umahosa asking for the screen from Bachelor. She'll kick it out. Ball will sail off the hands of the Citadin, but Umahosa got the last end of that one, and it'll go back to UQAM.
Yeah, tough spot to be. You don't want to lose your dribble right in the corner. So a turnover there for Concordia, their first of the game.
And now we have a substitution for the Stingers. Fabiola Lamore is going to check in for Demi Morisseau. And Sarah Hans-Bailey is going to check in for Serena Cheetah, giving number 8 a break. She's been great so far in this one. UQAM on the inbound. Still trying to break this press, and they do. It's a 3-on-2. Here comes UQAM. Nice pass inside, almost stepping out of bounds. One of the Citadin kicking it out to the corner. Back down low for Janice for a 2. And it's true for Janice, number 23, getting her name on the stat sheet for the first time.
That was a beautiful pass down low there, Blake, and a great finish.
There's Bailey out to Umahosa. And a foul, but no foul. They'll say Umahosa stepped out.
Great job at moving her feet, sliding, staying straight up and down. She made the contact first, so it's not going to be a foul on UQAM there. Great job on defense.
Gargia bringing it up for UQAM. She picks up her dribble early, almost turning it over. There's Allard. Alice Allard with another floater, and it's good for UQAM. Victoria Lawrence setting the tempo now for Concordia. Waving off the screen, she's looking to take Allard one-on-one, driving right, drawing the foul. Victoria Lawrence will go to the line for 2.
Victoria Lawrence liked her matchup there, and she attacked it. A great job there to draw the foul, throwing herself at the basket, and she'll shoot 2.
Everybody's getting a taste of the free throw line here today for the Stingers. Now it's Lawrence's turn. We'll see what she could do here. Concordia kind of blowing the lead a little bit right now, 9-1, now 9-7.
Yeah, UQAM finally figuring out that press. They're getting there early, not letting the trap happen on the sideline, which is what Concordia is looking for, and it's creating 3-on-2s and some great looks there by UQAM early on to get the score back to a 2-point game.
And Concordia feels like they could put the pressure defensively on a team like UQAM, who hasn't had much success with a high-tempo offense this year, but clearly UQAM has been studying some film. And Victoria Lawrence unable to make either of her 2 shots. And another substitution for the Stingers. Serena Cheetah, that wasn't too long of a break. She'll check back in along with Yasmin Gazmi. They're going to give Bachelor and Lawrence a little rest there. And here come the Stingers one more time. There's Bailey. Bailey looking for an option to Gazmi, the shooter. Gazmi down low to Cheetah. Pass it out to Lemuel for a 2. A little short there, but Cheetah gets the board. It's up, no good. Rebound by Beijing. Here comes Duchemay. Back to Duchemay. She has Lemuel on her. Duchemay out to the corner for 3. No good. Nothing there for the UQAM Citadin. There's Bailey. Bailey driving left. Puts up the ball, and it's in. And 1. Sarah Hans-Bailey goes to the line for 1 more.
Does a great job of there protecting the ball, cuffing it like a running back, and finishing with that inside hand layup. for the and one. A beautiful move there by Sarah Hans-Bailey.
Concordia back to the line again, and Bailey just the latest stinger to draw a foul on the UQAM Citadin. 5 fouls now. They're in bonus just 5 minutes in to the first quarter. Concordia looking like one of the free throw lines is going to be a common theme here, Oliver.
Yeah, Concordia now is going to stay aggressive. I guarantee you, coach right now is saying attack their defenders. If you can get any sort of foul, does not matter. You are going to the line for the last 5 minutes of this first quarter.
And Concordia continuing with the full court press here. Let's see if UQAM could break it one more time, and they do just barely. There's a nice pass inside for Janice, and she'll get a 2 of her own. 12-9, the score. Concordia up 3. Here's Bailey. 4:45 left on the game clock. Bailey picks up her dribble a little early, finds Lamour at the logo. Lamour back to Gasmy. Gasmy fakes the shot. She'll step back, sweet little move. She drives in for her own floater, get her own board. The referee will say she stepped out of bounds. She found Cheetah there down low, and Cheetah so ready to put up that layup.
Yeah, point guard there, Hans Bailey, picking up the ball a little too early, not allowing them to get into their set whatsoever. So a bit of scramble ball there, a decent look, but unfortunately just stepping out of bounds on the rebound.
Here's Gargia, or WBB, guarded by Bailey to Janice. And there's Duchesme. Duchesme passes it, but just too much on that one, and Lazia Barnes just couldn't get a hand on it.
There's some turnovers that a coach can live with, but that is definitely not one of them. Just a sloppy pass over the head. Come to the ball, make the pass easier for your teammate there.
100%, and there's Bailey with a turnover. WBB able to get a hand on that. Ball will go out of bounds, though. And it's Stinger's ball. Angela Batrila checking in, and she'll be on the inbound.
Concordia was trying to go into a pistol set there, but a great job by UQAM on defense.
There's Yuma Hosa with the jab step. Yuma Hosa spinning right. Ball bounces off her foot, though, collected by Sarah Hans-Bailey with a step back of her own for 3, and she'll draw the foul and go to the line for 3 shots.
Yeah, it's that new landing zone foul there, Blake. Yuma Hosa stayed straight up and down. Great job there by Hans-Bailey to go straight up and down. The defender landing in her area, so that's 3 shots.
And it looked like she knew the defender wasn't going to leave her much space, too. She pulled up, even though that didn't look like her first read, and able to go to the line. She makes the first and making the second, too. Sarah Hans-Bailey, I haven't said her name much so far this season, but maybe it might just be one of those nights.
Yeah, great job there. Understanding there wasn't much time left on the shot clock, and she felt the defender was too close to her, so she got the shot up and got the foul. Great job.
She makes 2 for 3 at the line. There's Marquis. Marquis has Gasmy on her. She drives up with the left hand, and it's good for Marjorie Marquis. Here's Bailey one more time. She's in space now, coming in hot. She'll slow it down. Looks for Cheetah down low. Can't find her, but Cheetah able to collect that ball. Driving in strong now, Cheetah out to Yuma Hosa for 3. No good off the front of the rim, but it's rebounded by Batrila. Can't get it to go, though, and Angela Batrila playing some hot potato with herself, but great effort there for number 20.
A great job there by Cheetah to understand that they're collapsing on her. She scored many early points to give them that 6-0 lead. So understanding that they're going to collapse on her and finding the wide open shooter on the wing.
And a nice cut inside for number 15. She gets the shot up, but it's off the back of the rim. Here's Bailey. Bailey has 2 people on her. She picks up her dribble early again. But here's Demi Morisseau. Morisseau back to Bailey. Bailey has Cheetah. She'll fake the pass. They're going to say it was a travel. So close to a wide open lay there for Serena Cheetah.
I'd have to see that one again, Blake. It looked like a clean Euro step. Maybe she picked up the ball a little bit too early on her gather step, causing it to be 3 steps technically, but I thought that was going to be a beautiful play by Sarah Hans-Bailey.
I agree, Oliver. She baited the defender just enough to get Serena Cheetah wide open, but referee made a call, and that's something the Stingers have to live with. Here are the Citadins. There's Marquis out to Duchesme. Duchesme taking on Cheetah. Can't gather it there. She's able to save the ball, and Marquis pump fake, driving in. Shot won't fall. Rebound by Morisseau. Morisseau putting the moves on Marquis. Morisseau has Noemi Nashon on her. She's driving in strong, looking for Cheetah. Ball bounces off the hands of Alice Alad, and the Stingers get another shot.
10 seconds left here. Plenty of time to call a play, get the ball in, get a screen. Look for a wide open shot here. 10 seconds is plenty of time.
Gasme finds Cheetah, and Cheetah's going to draw the foul and go to the line for 2 shots as the Stingers are in bonus. Cheetah a chance now to get her point total to 8.
That works too, Blake. I won't complain about a foul.
Never.
But yeah, Cheetah with a chance to get this lead up to 5 as they open up the game up 6-0, but allowing UQAM to come back into this. Some sloppy defensive possessions so far by Concordia that has led to this 3-point lead.
And the Stingers haven't had a great offensive showing since their first matchup against the Citadin at UQAM, where they dropped 85 points. And Stingers starting off up 6-0 was great, but so far these past few games, we haven't seen that offensive burst that we thought we'd see throughout the season. So maybe this is it for the Stingers. And Cheetah able to make both there. 8 points now for number 8. Here comes UQAM, breaking the press just barely. There's Marquis. She finds the corner option, and Janice back up top. Lawrence gets a hand on it. Victoria Lawrence. It's a one-on-one going up for the lay, but it won't go. No foul either. Here comes UQAM one more time. There's Barnes. Barnes to Janice. Janice finds Nashon. Nashon, a pass in the key, but Demi Morisseau able to get a hand in there and send the ball out of bounds. UQAM now is going to make a little substitution. Oh, I hate the UQAM jersey. It's so hard to see the numbers on him. Number 13 is going to hop in for UQAM. That's Naomi Lehoux-Rivald.
So far this game, Blake, most of UQAM's plays being ran through Marquis. She is their leading scorer. You can see she's got that right hand taped up, but she's still hooping through it.
And there's a 3 for UQAM. It's good for Lehoux-Rivard. Just checking in for the Citadin, getting in that early work. And now it's a 2-point game, 2 minutes to go. There's Morisseau. Morisseau looking for Bachelor, and she'll get fouled as she's passing the ball. It was a push on Naomi Lehoux-Rivard, and she'll go to the line.
Maybe a little too hyped up after making that 3. She got a little handsy, and she pushes Morisseau into Concordia's bench. She'll have 2 shots as they are still obviously in bonus with 2 minutes remaining here in this first quarter.
And Lehoux-Rivard is going to go back to the bench after making that 3. That was a quick appearance for number 13. And there's Demi making her first of 2 at the line. 2 points now for number 3. Alice Fleming checking back in for the Stingers as well with Fabiola Lamour down low. Second shot is up and good for Demi Morisseau. 2 for 2 at the stripe. 18-14. 2 minutes to go in the first frame of basketball. Here comes UQAM looking to break the press. There's Gargia. Gargia having some trouble. She gets it to Allard. Alice Allard finds Janice. Janice doesn't want it. She'll pass it back to Allard down low. Alice Allard just can't put it up. They'll say it was last touched by Victoria Lawrence.
A great pass there by Janice. I love the patience. Both the defenders come out to her, leaving a wide open teammate in the paint. Unfortunately, Allard just could not finish on the layup. But they have 11 seconds here, plenty of the time on the inbound to get a good shot up.
Allard on the inbound. Serena Cheetah checking back in for Concordia, and Fabiola Lamole is going to go take a seat. Janet Umahosa coming as well for Angela Bachelor. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Let's see what the lost my words there. The UQAM Citadin weren't able to run up a play regardless. And there's Alice Fleming now on the inbound for Concordia. 1:44 to go. Here's Morisseau. Morisseau calling for Cheetah to get some good positioning there, and she does. Serena Cheetah down low now, little jab step, looking for an option. She'll go baseline, spinning left, puts it up. No foul, though, and it'll be rebounded by Marjorie Marquis. Marquis finds Ubibet. Ubibet calling for the screen. She doesn't need it. Driving in now. Ubibet with a floater off the glass, and the front of the rim won't fall. Demi Morisseau with a gritty rebound. Can't keep her dribble up, though, and it's a steal for UQAM. 3-on-1. There's Marquis down low, but it won't go, and a shot's up for Genevieve, but it won't go either. She gets her own board, and just a barrage of layups for the Citadin. None of them fell, though, and they're going to get the ball right back.
Concordia getting lucky there that UQAM didn't score on that possession. Demi Morisseau turning the ball over on the press break. At that point, you got 3 defenders on you. You just got to look for a pass.
And finally, UQAM rewarded for their efforts on offense. They'll go to the line for 2 shots. Alice Allard getting a chance now for UQAM.
Early on here, Blake, I'm being I'm being proved wrong. I said Stingers need to come out here, be the bigger team as they have the better bigs. But UQAM getting the offensive boards early on here, doing a great job of getting second chances.
Yeah, and let's talk about Jasmine Janice just getting 2 offensive boards on that possession alone. Just a great effort for number 23. She has like 4 points so far in this game, but those offensive boards are really what's going to stand out on the stat sheet. Here's Yuma Hoza. A pass inside, no good. Not able to get there, and Cita Day have it right back. Concordia turning the ball over quite a bit here at the end of this first quarter. Fleming with an effort on offense, and they'll call a foul on Alice Fleming, sending Alice Allard to the baseline, or sideline for the inbound.
A great job there by Concordia. They got the double team. They got her swarming. But when you've got 2 players on you like that, there's no point in reaching in. You're going to get a foul no matter what. So just keep your hands up, box her up, don't allow her to make a pass out of it.
Inbound here for the Citadin. That's Marquis. Putting up a 2. Off the glass, but no good. Rebound by number 0. Demi Morisseau has 35 seconds on the game clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Morisseau, sweet little move. Driving in out to number 0 for 3. Why not? Jeanette Yuma Hoza from beyond the arc. Ubi Bet finds Marquis. Marquis spinning back for Ubi Bet. Looking to put the moves on Morisseau. Driving in now, spinning around for a floater. Won't go. 10 seconds now for the Stingers. The shot clock's off. Demi Morisseau has it now to Jeanette Yuma Hoza. 5 now, 4, 3 seconds. Morisseau putting up a deep 3, but it won't fall all the way from the logo. Demi Morisseau looking to extend her range, but Stingers are going to end the quarter up 7 points. 21-14 the score in favor of the Stingers. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes to break down that first quarter and give you some more action here at John Doerr Court. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. If you're just joining us for some Stingers basketball, we just ended the first frame. Concordia up 21-14, about to begin the second quarter. Oliver, what did you see there in the first? Why is Concordia up 7 points right now, and do you think they could extend that lead going into the second frame?
If there's one word I'd use to describe that first quarter, Blake, it would be hectic on both ends. UQAM doing a great job on the offensive boards, creating chaos, getting rebounds, creating second chance points. On the other end, Concordia looking to dominate inside. They did it early on, finding Cheetah. She had a quick 6 points, getting to the charity stripe a few times as well. Concordia, the reason they're up 7 right now is because they drew fouls. They got into bonus with 5 minutes left in that first quarter, so I think they'll come back out aggressive, looking to draw fouls. But one thing they need to look out for is just keep your hands straight up and down. As soon as a referee sees your hand go in towards the ball, they are going to want to call a foul. And then on the offensive end, need to limit turnovers. They turned the ball over way too much in the last half of that first quarter, allowing UQAM to come back into that game a little bit and make this a little bit of a closer matchup.
And Oliver, UQAM is clearly playing hard-nosed basketball. They haven't won an RSCQ game in over a year. It's been a year and a half for the UQAM Citadin. So every game, indeed a trap game when you're playing the UQAM Citadin. You never know what type of energy they're going to pull up with. And here they come, Margie Marquis setting it up. And there's a pass inside for Alice Alad. She's going to give it out to Ubi Bet. Jab step on Lawrence. She puts up a 3, and it's good for number 11. Cutting the lead to 4. Here's Lawrence. Sarah Hans-Bailey handoff to Lawrence. Lawrence out to Gasby, and they're going to call another travel. This time it's going to be on Victoria Lawrence.
Yeah, like I just said, limit the turnovers. Your first offensive zone possession of the game, and you turn the ball over. Not something that coach is going to like to look at.
definitely not the way you want to start the first quarter. There's WBB coming off a huge three, hands it off to Gargia. Gargia looking to take on two defenders. Jasmine Gazmi, just a great job there at putting her hands on the ball. They're going to say it's going to go back to UQAM.
I don't like that call, Blake. I thought that was great defense. She had her feet in the way of the defender, no blocking there either, and she got her hand all ball from my point of view, but referee obviously saw different.
I agree. Gargia took it on two defenders there, looking to really just force her way through when there was nowhere to go. Referee made a call, and the Stingers have to live with it. Here comes WBB one more time. 2 seconds on the shot clock, spinning back. She has to put it up, but she can't beat the buzzer, and Concordia is going to get it off the turnover.
And that's the type of defense I want to see Concordia play. Great job swarming the defender. They did a great job on the screen there, getting over so they didn't have to switch. So you can keep the guard on guard, big on big. They did a great job there, and they just kept their hands up. No easy shots, and they got the turnover there.
Victoria Lawrence on the inbound. Sarah Hans-Bailey is going to bring it up for Concordia. She has Rania WBB on her. 1 minute into this first quarter, and again, Sarah Hans-Bailey picking up her dribble really early, but it's okay because Jeanette Umahosa is going back to the line for 2 shots.
I don't know what it is with Concordia point guards picking up their dribble really early on in the half court, pretty much at the end of the C. You got to keep that dribble live as a guard. Even if you're looking for a pass, just keep your eyes up, keep looking for the pass. But it works out in the end as Concordia is back at the free throw line, something that we've said a lot so far this game, Blake.
And Umahosa is able to knock down the first of 2. The second one is up and good for number 0. 6 points now for. And here comes the Citadin. There's Alice Allard with Umahosa on her. She's looking for an option out to the corner for Nashon. Gargia picks up her dribble after losing it, and she'll draw a foul and go to the line for 2 shots of her own.
Bit of a bailout there as she was in a dribbled up corner with defenders all around her. She puts up a prayer, but she gets to the free throw line. Good look there for UQAM. You know, it's tough. You dribble yourself into a corner like that, you don't expect to get a foul call. And as a referee, and in the end of that, you don't reward good defense. It's a tough watch as a Concordia coach.
It really is, and I'm just going to make an observation here. This is the first time I've seen this team of referees ever at John Doerr Court. So they have a live whistle tonight, and that looks like it might be the theme here.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams at the charity stripe a lot early on. Both teams been drawing a lot of fouls. But as long as you call it even both ways, that's all that matters.
100%. That looks like it's the way it's going for both these teams. Here's Bailey. Gets the little screen there from Bachelor. Hans-Bailey out to Umahosa. She doesn't want it. She'll give it back to Bailey. Bailey driving in out to Cheetah. Couldn't get a hand on it, but Lawrence able to gobble that one up. Out to Bailey down low. She's baseline. She puts it up. Don't know if she was shooting it or passing it. Either way, UQAM has it now. It's a 2-on-2. There's WBB spinning around. She finds Allard out behind the arc. She'll drive it. She thought her teammate was there in the corner waiting for it. She'll pass it out of bounds, and Concordia is going to get it back.
We talk about free throws, and the reason the Stingers are up, they shot 4 for 14 from the field in that first quarter, whereas UQAM went 6 for 20. So better on the field goal percentage for UQAM, but Concordia got to the line, beating them there and winning that first quarter.
And UQAM actually maintained possession of the basketball, and a great cut inside and a great feed there for Janice. And the finish there by Gargia down low. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence out to Bailey. It's a 2-point game now. Concordia letting it slip away. Umahosa wants it. She's squaring up, driving right. Little step in, and she gets the layup to go.
Looking like Manu Ginobili with that beautiful Euro step there, and a great finish to make it a 4-point game.
Jeanette Umahosa leading the way for Concordia along with Serena Cheetah. 7 and 8 points respectively for each of those players, and a foul drawn here for Excel Gargia. She'll go to the line. Concordia now commits their 3rd foul of the quarter.
Yeah, Sarah Hans-Bailey just getting her hips a little too much involved on the defense there, pushing out towards the attacker, so a good call there by the referees. 2 more shots early on in this second quarter. That's already 3 fouls, only 2.5 minutes. Something you're not going to be a big fan of as Concordia fans is this is the exact opposite of what happened in the first quarter. Concordia did a great job getting to the free throw line early on and drawing fouls, and now UQAM's doing that, and that's why it's such a close game.
And a great rebound there, boxing out the shooter, Jeanette Umahosa, able to scoop up that one. There's Morisseau. Stingers have to be careful not to let UQAM go to the line too much. And Bachelor gets a shot blocked, but gets her own board. Angela Bachelor now out to Bailey. Bailey gets the screen, she doesn't want it. Finds Cheetah down low, spinning left, putting up the shot, and she'll go to the line for 2. Once again.
Cheetah just drawing fouls left and right in this game. She's doing a great job. And, you know, if you can't get a good look, lean into the defender a bit. Maybe create the contact, as we say, but that's a foul. That's a great job there by Cheetah. She'll head back to the line for 2 more.
And Jasmine Janice, clearly been a great rebounder so far in this game, but just unable to keep up with the physicality of Serena Cheetah so far in this one. And a big reason why Cheetah might get her fouled out of the game early at this point. And Cheetah unable to make that first shot, but a chance now to sink the second and bring her point total to 9. Yeah. Cheetah likes to take her time on those free throws.
My bad there, but like Janice, like you were saying, a great big on the rebounds, but she's a bit slower, and Cheetah is a fast-moving forward. You said she's one of the best forwards in the RSEQ, and she is, but it's because she's quick. She's tall, but she's got some good moves, and that's something that's tough for Janice to do. As you've seen her so far this game, she's either been planted in the paint on defense or planted at the top of the key on offense, looking for those great passes that she's been making.
And a great press here for Concordia. Bailey able to scoop that one up. Finds Lawrence, Victoria Lawrence out to Morisseau. Morisseau fakes the 3, she'll step back and size up her defender. She has the mismatch. Out to Bailey for 3, it's up, but it won't go. Serena Cheetah can't get the board there, and here comes UQAM. It's a 2-on-2. There's Gargia. Gargia picks up her dribble and finds Marquis. Marquis to Duchesme. Duchesme down low, and it'll go for number 14.
Yeah, the step through there by Marquis finds her teammate in a beautiful layup there. Wide open under the net.
Bailey finds Bachelor. Angela Bachelor for 2. Off the back of the rim. Can't get it to go. Bachelor there, and UQAM. That's Barnes. Lazia Barnes to Marquis. Marquis finding Duchesme. Duchesme looking to take on Bachelor again. Great pass there. A little too high, though. Looking for the right person. Alice Allard with some contact. And they'll say it's on the offense. Concordia able to draw the charge.
Great job getting your feet set there, taking the contact straight to the chest, and even if it doesn't make you fall back, you always got to fall back, Blake, if you want the charge call to go your way.
100%, and the Stingers are the type of team that are not afraid to put their body on the line on any given night. Coach Giddens has instilled that within this roster, and players like Victoria Lawrence over this past year and a half has really gotten that energy injected into this team. Speaking of Lawrence, she finds Lamour. Fabiola Lamour looking to spin. She finds Morisseau for 3. No good, though, for Demi Morisseau. Cheetah on the rebound, and she'll go out of bounds. Excuse me, Fabiola Lamour with the effort. She'll get fouled on the push, and Stingers maintain possession.
Yeah, Lamour doing a great job of bringing the rebound down, keeping it high. If you keep it high, there's no way the guards around you are going to be able to get to it without fouling you, and she does a great job there. 14 seconds on the clock, a great chance to get a good play here.
Lamour to Morisseau. Morisseau has a lot of space now, out to Lawrence. Lawrence, great little step. She goes up with a right hand, won't go. Concordia can't get that rebound, and a steal for Bailey. Bailey out to Morisseau. Morisseau for 3. It's good! Demi Morisseau from distance, and it's a timeout called by the Citadin. Excuse me, substitution.
It looks like Marquis might have hurt her wrist again. A big loss for UQAM, as she's been one of the dominating forces for them early on in this game. Hopefully everything is okay over there, and we will get a timeout after that.
Just a great effort there on offense for Concordia. Defense leading to offense. Sarah Hans-Bailey has been so active in this game, and it led to a massive 3 for Demi Morisseau, just getting her shot going so far forward tonight. Oliver, 29-24, the score halfway into the second quarter.
Yeah, UQAM got the rebound, but Concordia immediately pinning the defender into the corner, creating a bad turnover there by UQAM and leading to a wide open 3 for Demi Morisseau, and she makes no mistake and drains it.
And Concordia has been doing such a better job at really stopping UQAM from getting up past half court. The press wasn't really working at first, and we saw it lead to some UQAM buckets, some 3-on-2 opportunities, some 3-on-1 opportunities. But now, so far in the second quarter, it looked like Concordia is starting to catch up.
Yeah, I think one thing Concordia is doing better is that they're not jumping at every steal. They're not trying to steal every time somebody takes a dribble. They're keeping their hands up. They're playing good defense. They're staying in front and forcing UQAM to make the mistakes.
Really letting it just come to them, Oliver. And Concordia now up 5 coming out of the timeout. As you said, Marjorie Marquis, a major, major loss for the UQAM Citadin. She's been playing really well so far in this one. Substitution now for the Citadin. Alice Allard is going to check in along with Ubi Bet. They'll be joined by Naomi Lahu Rivard and Lazia Barnes.
This is a small lineup for UQAM. Maybe looking to use their speed and beat this press, but I'd love to see Concordia go inside.
On the inbound now is UQAM. There's Rivard. Rivard back to the inbounder. UQAM able to break it this time. There's Allard. Up top to Ubi Bet. Little jab step on Morriso. We like this matchup so far tonight. And now is a real mismatch as the ball sails out of bounds. They'll say it was off of UQAM. Concordia is going to get possession of the ball back.
UQAM has looked panicky on offense all game, not looking like themselves. They've been dribbling all over the place. They've been making some sloppy passes, and it's resulted in a lot of turnovers early on.
Demi Morriso with the heave to Sarah Hans-Bailey, and she picks up her dribble again at the logo, leading to a forced pass and a turnover, and a great pass inside for Ubi Bet, leading to a 2 for number 9, Alice Allard, and that's a lead cut to 3 now for the Stingers. Back to Morriso. Demi Morriso wants to find Cheetah. Cheetah has a lot of space now, but Morriso is going to flick it cross court to Lawrence. Cheetah for 2, and no foul, but she'll get her own rebound. Cheetah looking for an option, pass to a cutting Bailey for 2, and that one's good. Great ball movement there for the Stingers. Cheetah able to keep her head up and find the cutter, and now it's back to a 5-point lead. Here's Ubi Bet. Ubi Bet with a great move behind the back to get herself free there on an island with Morriso. There she is again, taking her on one-on-one there, but she can't get the shot to fall. Looking to play hero ball. It's a 3-on-3 now. Here's Lawrence. Victoria Lawrence has space. Out to Bailey. Bailey back to Lawrence. Lawrence shoots it, but it won't go. Bailey able to get the board. Bailey looking for Cheetah. Can't find her. Ball sails out of bounds off the hands of UQAM.
You got to get the ball swung around at least once or twice before trying to feed it back inside. Once the ball has been sitting on one side of the court for more than 2 seconds, the defense is going to get stacked up. They're going to build up on one side. So Concordia a few times with some turnovers where they've been just trying to pass it right back in, get the ball moving again. Once it hits the rim, you've got another 14 seconds. Why don't you get the ball moving? That's plenty of time.
And Bailey on the rebound there with her 4th rebound of the night at the point guard position, just looking to get that offense done a little too quickly. Now it's a timeout. I think it was on the Concordia Stingers. Tanisha Giddens had some things she wanted to talk about, Oliver. 40 seconds to go until they resume play. 5-point game now for Concordia. What's been missing so far? Do you think the lead should be bigger?
I think it's on both sides. The reasons these offenses have been struggling is because they're panicking. They're turning the ball over. They need to slow the game down. Let the game come to them. Get into your sets. When they're getting in their sets, everybody's sprinting around all over the place. Like, slow it down. Calm down a bit. I know it's hard when you're on the court to calm down like that. But you got to give the ball to each team needs to give the ball to a player you trust to run your plays, get the game set, and I think that's one thing that coach is looking here to do: get her team set, get a good out of bounds set going on here for the Stingers. Maybe get a wide open shot for Cheetah, and maybe get her back to the free throw line.
And both teams in a bit of foul trouble here. 4 fouls for UQAM and 3 for the Stingers. Looking to limit those aggressive takes down low on defense. And here's Lawrence on the inbound looking for Cheetah. Cheetah will get the 2 to fall. Great effort there for number 8.
Like I said, find somebody that you can trust to get the ball up easily. They find Cheetah wide open in the paint, and she makes no mistake and gets it up and in.
And that's her 11th point of the night, and it's not even halftime yet. Serena Cheetah on pace for another 20-point game. She had 21 last week against McGill. And here's a 3 for Alice Allard. Won't go off the back of the rim. Rebound by Duchesme, and she'll put it up for 2. Cheetah able to scoop up that one. Here's Morriso. Demi Morriso coming in hot. She doesn't have that many options. She's rolling right, and she'll draw some contact. But they'll say it was a travel. Another travel called here against Concordia. She's turning the ball over when they don't really need to. She had some options there, but
get the ball moving before you drive, Blake. They're coming up the left side, and they're trying to attack a loaded defense. Swing the ball at least once or twice before you try and attack the paint, unless you have a wide open option.
And here's Gargia, able to get past Fabiola Lamour. She'll put up the floater, but it won't go. Lamour able to get the rebound. Duchesme was wide open calling for it. And Fleming is open in the corner. She'll get it, but not enough time to put up that shot. She'll swing it to Lawrence. Going in strong. She'll put up the shot. No good. Rebound by Cheetah. It's up and in for the All-Star. That's 13 for Serena Cheetah.
She might have a double-double tonight, Blake. She's definitely up there in rebounds so far, and she's already got the 13 points.
And Oliver, I can see you swinging your arms there, just frustrated with not passing to the open player in the corner, but Cheetah it doesn't really matter when you have Serena Cheetah in the paint to get those rebounds.
There was open shooters, but I haven't watched enough Concordia games yet, but I now understand that Cheetah is that player. So just keep finding her under the basket, and you'll keep getting points.
And Morisseau can't get that one to go. This time, no Cheetah to get that rebound. And here comes Noemi Nishan. Nishan able to get past Morisseau. Nishan going in with the left, blocked by Lawrence. Lawrence has a 2-on-2 chance right now. She'll slow it down. Victoria Lawrence looking for an option now. She's looking for Cheetah. Locates her big down low, but off the hands of UQAM. Concordia a chance now to reset. Not the worst thing that could happen.
No, you know, you got to pass her on early on. I don't hate it at all. There was no help side. There was nobody in the corner, so it's an easy lob pass. But good news for UQAM. Marquis back in the game, and she makes a great defensive stop there.
And Cheetah taking a rest. A chance for UQAM to capitalize and play some better interior defense, because Concordia really hasn't been doing too much down low. There's Morisseau for two, but it won't fall. Rebound there and a foul. They're going to call it on Angela Bachelor.
You never want to take a foul 90 feet from your own basket. I thought it was a travel first, but obviously referees saw the foul first, and UQAM will get the ball with 24 seconds on the shot clock, looking to beat this press one more time.
2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. Here's Ubibet with Fleming on her. Now to Marquis. A lot of pressure. Her dribble was picked up really early, but her feet got moving a little too quickly there. She got really excited for that pass, and Concordia gets it back.
Yeah, winter vacation's not quite yet, Blake. She got traveling a little bit early. It'll go back Concordia's way.
Oh, I'm excited for winter vacation. There's Victoria Lawrence at the logo. 35-26 the score. Yuma Hosa finds Morisseau. Morisseau faking the shot. Little jab step. She's driving in, stepping back. Out to Fleming for three. No good. And here's UQAM with a 3-on-2 fast break. Allard with the left hand. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by number 10. Their scoop layup is good. And one for Excel Gargia.
There's going to be a big point of conversation in that Concordia locker room at halftime, and that is put a body on somebody, please. They have been out-rebounded so much in this first half by UQAM, and I think the coaches are definitely going to be relaying box out, please. Before you go for the ball, go for a body. That was a great job there by UQAM, and that leads to 3 points that were definitely avoidable.
And Cheetah back in for the Stingers with a minute and a half to go. Very, very quick breaks for Serena Cheetah. Here's Lawrence back to Morisseau. Morisseau has some options now. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence doesn't want to shoot it. Her and Morisseau passing it back and forth, and that is going to be a backcourt violation. It was off the hands of Lawrence, and then she just might as well go get it at that point.
Ball never left the right side of the court at all there, Blake. You got to get the ball to the other side at least once. Reversals are so important when you're in your half-court set. If you do not get the defense moving whatsoever, you're not going to find open lanes and you're not going to find open shots.
And like you said, Oliver, you said it pretty well last time out. You got to trust your teammates. And Victoria Lawrence and Demi Morisseau, two very established guards in this offense, two very established players in the RSAQ. And Coach Giddens was talking at the beginning of the season how this team is going to run through those two players, but there's players on the other side of the court as well that are open and that can make shots. So I agree with you there. They definitely got to try and swing it a bit more.
You got to trust your teammates. Everybody has to be on the same wavelength. If you aren't, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to find open shots. You're not going to make buckets. You have to trust your teammates. And so far, obviously, we've seen the offense being run dominantly through Cheetah. She's got 13 points in this first half, but you have to still trust the rest of your teammates. Even if they have a 0 on that point board right now, you got to swing the ball, and you got to look for open shots. Stop trying to force it into one spot.
And I'd like to see some more shot attempts for number 7, Alice Fleming, and Yasmin Gazmi for the Stingers. Two best shooters on the team. All we hear about in practice is how lights out these girls are on the court. And we've seen it before. We've seen it in person. We saw last year Alice Fleming had 10 threes in a game. Stingers regular season record. She put up a shot in the second quarter here. She didn't get it to go, but I want to see Alice Fleming and Yasmin Gazmi shoot some more threes in this offense.
100%. Basketball nowadays, the new era of basketball, is played dominantly through the three-point line, and if you can find open shots for your best shooters on the team, please do it.
And here is Marquis back in the game. She got her feet moving a little too quickly there again, and that's a backcourt violation. Marjorie Marquis settling those nerves there after coming back into the game after exiting with an injury. And now Stingers get it right back up 6 points with a minute to go. They have a chance to get a couple buckets in before the end of this second quarter.
A great job there by Victoria Lawrence. This second half, she's been guarding Marquis a lot, and she's been doing a great job at shutting her down.
Defense never the question with Victoria Lawrence. She's locked down, and there's Morisseau. She would have been wide open for a two. It just goes right through her hands there, and the Citadins get it right back. All that effort on defense leading right back into the hands of UQAM. There's Ubi Bet. 58 seconds to go, just under a minute of play. 6-point game. She has Morisseau on her. Rania Ubi Bet calls for a screen. She gets it. She had a rolling Marjorie Marquis, but couldn't find her. There's Gargia. Gargia out to Allard. Allard to the corner for Duchesne. That's a three-point shot, but it won't fall. Rebound by Somerville, and she'll get tied up with Rania Ubi Bet. Great effort there for number 11, but Concordia is going to maintain possession with the basketball and a 2-for-1 opportunity ahead.
I really like the hustle of Rania Ubi Bet. My first time seeing her play, but she has been everywhere in this first half, diving for loose balls, and that was a prime example there. Yes, you don't get to keep possession, but as a coach, you love to see that hustle out of a player.
Concordia needs to get a shot up quick here if they're going to try and get the ball back. Lawrence looking for Cheetah and finds her. Serena Cheetah, jab step. She'll go in with the right hand. No foul this time. She had options, but she's been drawing those fouls, and another tie up here. Jump ball, it's going to go in favor of UQAM.
It's going to be tough to get a foul when you've got two established defenders standing there. Refs don't want to call much when you go into more than one defender, so a tough situation there for Cheetah, but an understandable take as she's been getting those calls all game.
And now UQAM has a chance to play out the clock. The shot clock is off, and here's Ubi Bet. She could take all the time in the world here, putting the moves on Jaden Somerville. Ubi Bet picks up her dribble, and she'll take a step back. No travel there. Fans wanted it. 8 seconds on the clock. Ubi Bet has it once again. 5 now, 4 seconds. Putting the moves on Morisseau, going right, putting the shot up, and it'll just go. Rania Ubi Bet beating the buzzer with the sweet layup for UQAM, cutting the lead to 4 going into halftime.
Kareem Ubi Bet with the skyhook. Oh my goodness, what a shot to make it a 4-point game. Concordia had their biggest lead of the night at 9 points, but UQAM grinded away and got it back to 4 points at halftime. As coach, you have to be ecstatic. They've done a great job at making Concordia turn the ball over. What a great end to the half for UQAM. They have to be happy. Looking great as they search for their first win of the season.
And we talked about it maybe being a trap game, Oliver, and it's looking like it just might be that. 4-point game going into the halftime. The last time these two teams played, the score was 85-32 to end it. Now going into the locker room, Stingers have a lot of things to talk about. This UQAM team hasn't won a game in a very, very long time, and right now this might be their best effort of the season.
Like you said, 32 points in the last game. They have 31 points at halftime alone against the exact same team. And you're not even in your home arena like you were the first time. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from UQAM here early on. I think they're doing a great job, and I'm excited to see what they do in the second half.
We'll be right back in just about 10 minutes to break down that first half of play and lead up into that second half of action. So far, it's been a great night. We have another game at 8 o'clock. It'll be the men playing, but a lot of basketball left here to go for both of these women's teams. It's been great so far. We'll be right back with you in just 10 more minutes for some more Stingers basketball. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for some more Stingers basketball. Halftime just coming to a close. If you're just joining us, it's been a pretty solid game so far. Concordia up 35-31 after 2 quarters. Concordia looked like they were going to pull away with a big lead to start off this game. At one point, they were up 9-1, Oliver, and then just able to creep back in. The UQAM sit that day, able to match those free throw attempts and able to force a lot of turnovers against Concordia, and here we are.
Yeah, Concordia doing a great job early on, but slowing down a bit in that second quarter, allowing UQAM to come back into it. They didn't get to the free throw line as much, so they did not score as much. UQAM currently shooting 35% from the field, and Concordia 29% from the field, but the reason Concordia lead, they are shooting 75% from the free throw line as a team, and UQAM is shooting 55% from the free throw line. That is not good. Making 1 of every 2 shots at the free throw line. It's in the name. My coach used to always tell me this. My vet used to tell me this. They're free. It's just you and the basket. You should be making at least 80% of them, especially as a team. That's such a key point. If you can get to the foul line, and we saw UQAM do it early in the second quarter. They got to the foul line, but you got to capitalize on them. They are free throws, Blake. They are free. But Concordia needs to be less aggressive because that's the reason that UQAM got back in this game. So stay off the foul board. They need to keep being a little less handsy, being aggressive, but just without the hands. Keep those hands straight up and down.
100%. And free throws are super important part of the game. Concordia shooting 75% right now is actually really good for their shooting standards at the free throw line. So that's something they want to keep up. Serena Cheetah having one of her best games from the free throw line. Speaking of Cheetah, 13 points in the first half, and here come the Stingers. Lawrence faking the 3, she'll drive in, kick it out to Fleming. No good though for Alice Fleming. A nice board for Bachelor, up to Cheetah for 2. And it's true for number 8. That's 15 points now for Cheetah.
A great job by Concordia, finding your shooter early on. Yes, you didn't make it, but it's great to be able to get that momentum early on, get the ball in your shooter's hand early, let her feel the shot.
And a fast break for Cheetah. She puts it up, but it won't go this time. Rebound for the Citadel, but a steal for Lawrence. So much going on there. Victoria Lawrence passing up the open shot. Fleming for 3. No good, but she gets her own board, and she'll get the layup to go. Alice Fleming getting it done for Concordia. And a game of fast breaks. So much going on to start this third quarter. Ball will go out of bounds. Just a minute into this game, into this quarter so far, Oliver. 3 fast break opportunities.
Yeah, Concordia seems okay with living on the fast break as they've capitalized on 2 out of the 3 that they've had so far this quarter, and a great defensive stop on the other end.
A wide open Ubi Bet off the back of the rim. And she's able to get it right back. And she'll step back for 3 one more time. This time, nothing there for Rania Ubi Bet. She's going to want to have that one back. The first one a lot closer. And she'll go take a quick break. Number 9, Alice Allard checking in for her.
Coach unhappy with the shot selection as she takes a seat. We saw a little speech going on there on the sideline.
Alice Fleming doesn't need the screen. She'll drive in and try to kick it out, but UQAM able to get a hand on it. There's Allard. Alice Allard is going to find Gargia. Gargia motioning her team, and she'll shoot a wide open 3, but neither team able to do much from behind the arc. Demi Morris so far with the only 3 in recent memory. Speaking of 3s, Fleming, and it's good! Alice Fleming making me eat my words. Good from behind the arc to extend the lead to 11.
That is why you get the ball into your shooter's hands early so she can get a feel for the basketball, and she makes no mistake and drains that 3.
There's a pass inside. Cheetah gets a hand on it. Another steal for Concordia and a fast break for Bachelor. There she goes, the defender on her. Can't get it to fall. Bachelor putting her body on the line for the rebound, but it doesn't matter. UQAM gets possession of the basketball. Just a missed opportunity there for Bachelor.
Yeah, great job there by Cheetah. And speaking of Cheetah, 2 possessions ago, picking up her 10th rebound of the game. That is a double-double already in only 2 1/3 of a quarter for Cheetah. That is unreal.
Pretty much a double-double by halftime.
Yeah.
She had 13 and 9 after 1 half. Pretty unreal from a pretty unreal basketball player. Serena Cheetah in her 5th year for the Stingers, just never ceasing to amaze us. There's number 10, pass inside to Duchemin. Duchemin has a mismatch, passes it out for 3. That one won't fall. Fabiola Lamour on the board. Lawrence now. She could take her time. Motioning the offense. She wants Gasmi to cut. To Lamour. Concordia constantly looking to set up their bigs with good position. Fabiola Lamour to Bachelor, but the Stingers just too much heat on the ball on these passes, and it goes out of bounds.
I really like what Lawrence did there, clearing out the corner, making it so there's no strong side to help, getting a look for your big, and a great cut there as well, but just a little bit too much on that pass, like you said, Blake.
There's Rivard. And now Gargia controlling it. Refuses to dribble, and Demi Morisseau testing out that vertical, smacking the ball out of bounds. UQAM's going to get it back.
A great job there by Demi Morisseau, seeing that her teammate wanted to switch and just coming immediately up on the hedge, denying the defense and getting great hands on that.
And the score was 35-31 after one half, 42-31 Stingers. Starting off hot, 7 unanswered points for Concordia to start this third frame, Oliver.
And they've come out aggressive, but the good type of aggressive. They're not reaching, they're not scrambling. They're coming out playing fast-paced, controlled basketball, finding open layups, finding open shots. And then defense, they're keeping their hands straight up and out. They're hitting bodies on the boards. There hasn't been an offensive rebound so far this half for UQAM. So finally doing a job boxing out, finding your check and putting a body on them, and then going for the ball. They've looked very solid so far in the second half.
Certainly letting the turnovers come to them and not trying too hard to force the turnovers, then letting those turnovers turn into offense. Concordia, that's just been their recipe for success so far this season. They haven't had much success with a 1-3 record, but that could be the road they need to take to getting back to 500 for the first time.
Defense wins games, Blake. If you can't get stops, you're not going to score either. So they've been doing a great job, and UQAM hasn't scored in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter, and it's because of how strong Stingers defense have been, how disciplined they've been on the defensive side.
And there's Allard on the inbound. She finds Rivard. Rivard taking on Morisseau. Nice little move there, and she's a wide open cutter and a great pass, but miscommunication. Here comes the Stingers. They're coming in hot. There's Umahosa. Umahosa has options. She finds Bachelor in the corner. Bachelor to Gasmi. Yasmin Gasmi. Back to Angela. Angela going baseline, but again, she just can't control it. Bachelor with another turnover.
Got to get the ball to the other side. You just got the ball out of the corner, and then you put it right back into the corner. There's no way you're going to be able to create offense from there.
And there's Lahu Rivard. Rivard looking for an option, doesn't need the screen, and she has a wide open marquee, and they'll say she took too many steps.
Wow, I was about to say that was a good foul by Concordia because there was a wide open center under the net. But even better, a travel forcing yet another turnover. That's got to be about the 4th or the 5th turnover already this quarter for UQAM.
And a lot of screaming here. Don't know where it's coming from. 0 fouls apiece, though, for each of these teams. Just about 3.5 minutes into this one. Umahosa passes up the 3. She'll drive now, finding Bachelor. Bachelor to Lawrence. Lawrence to Gasmi for wide open 3. No good. Rebound by Lamour. Contact and a foul on the baseline. Concordia is going to get it back.
That was the best look of the game. I'll say it right now. Best look of the game for Concordia. There was 4 passes involved in that play. You got it inside. You got a paint touch. You kicked it immediately back out, and there was a wide open shooter in the corner. That was beautiful ball movement by Concordia.
And there's Gasmi again now for another 3. This time it won't go. And UQAM just batting the ball out of the air, keeping it away from Concordia's bigs. And there's Rivard taking on Lamour. Rivard with the right hand and gets blocked. Going out of bounds, but the referee calls foul.
The crowd still cheering on as they think it was a denial. A foul called, though. A great drive. I love the inside hand. You're going for the protection, keeping it away from the big. She sensed that the big was on her back left shoulder. You go with the inside hand to protect it, but it didn't really matter because she swatted it out of the way, but obviously caught a piece of the wrist to get the foul call.
And Rivard able to make it count there. So far, she's good from the free throw line. Second one rattles out.
Commentators
My bad.
curse.
And there's Duchesme baseline. With Victoria Lawrence coming up with a steal, though, as she has so many times so far in this game. Bachelor back to Lawrence. Great play there for Concordia. Wide open man, but Lawrence just couldn't get positioning. And there's a loose ball foul. They'll say it was a jump ball. I love to see the camaraderie there between those two teams. Marjorie Marquis helping up Jasmine Gasmi after the whistle, and Sita Dane are going to have it now. Substitution. Serena Cheetah is going to hop in this one for Angela Bachelor. Bachelor, a great player, just hasn't been able to put it together today. She's been turning over the ball a lot, missing some key reads. And here comes Barnes. Barnes taking on Lawrence. Victoria Lawrence has some live hands today. Getting another hand in there. And Lawrence pleading her case, but they'll say it goes back to UQAM. Victoria Lawrence, just such a grinder on defense.
She has been active all game, hands everywhere. She's had a few steals early on in this second half.
And right now it looked like she was just playing cornerback, stopping Barnes from even getting a chance at getting that ball. They'll say it was a foul, and Barnes is going to go take a seat, and Rania Ubi-Bet is going to hop in this one for the UQAM Citadin. She had a buzzer-beating layup to end that first quarter, and a drive inside there. No good. Cheetah on the rebound. Serena Cheetah finds Lawrence. Victoria Lawrence has an option. There's Yuma Hosa. Nice little stutter step. Back out to Lawrence. 13 seconds on the shot clock for number 13. Driving in is Lawrence for two. Won't go. Cheetah up with the rebound, though, and she'll draw a foul. Serena Cheetah all over the place. That's her 13th board.
I've really liked what Victoria Lawrence has been doing this quarter. She's looked calm and controlled, bringing the ball up the court. She's setting the plays up. She's been doing a great job. The ball needs to stay in her hands. She's running the plays. She's finding open looks for her teammates.
You can't take a player like that off the court when she's just dominating on defense. But so far on offense, as you said, Oliver, her hands have been a little slippery there when she's looking for the pass. Victoria Lawrence looking to move the ball around a lot so far in this offense. She's not a traditional point guard, but Coach Giddens likes to put the ball in her hands. Certainly, there's Yuma Hosa driving in. She'll draw the contact. Almost took that extra step, but just before that, able to draw the foul.
That was 3 fouls, Blake, in the span of 3 seconds for UQAM. One more, and Concordia's in the bonus. There we go.
That was quick.
Right as I said it.
A minute and a half ago, Oliver, I just said it, 0 fouls apiece, and now it's 5-2.
Yeah,
it's
getting
crazy.
A little bit tired again later into the quarter. Defense is getting a little bit more sloppy, and the hands are starting to reach in, and there's been 3 fouls early on.
And Yuma Hosa, not the player you want to send to the line. 10 points now for number 0. Breaking the press here, or at least trying to. Here comes Ubi-Bet. Ubi-Bet doesn't need the screen from Janice, but Duchemay is controlling it, passing it inside. Lucky to get that one to her teammate Barnes. 6 seconds on the shot clock now. Barnes with a bad pass. Cheetah looking to break free and find Lawrence, and she'll draw the foul and go to the line for 2 shots. Victoria Lawrence just giving her opponent no room to breathe, forcing the turnover.
That was some beautiful team defense by the Stingers. They switched everything on the top there. Great active hands, great job on the hedge to jump onto the ball immediately and make them move it. And their hands were active, and then a great job there by Lawrence. The UQAM player tried to bank it off her, but it went to another UQAM teammate with about no time left. And now Cheetah heading back to a familiar place this game, to the free throw line.
Now, Oliver, Victoria Lawrence has 0 points in this game. But if I told you the Stingers would be up 12 points without her tonight, would you believe me?
No.
That's just a testament to how good she's been on defense.
She's been great on defense, and she's been doing a great job in the second half on offense.
And Cheetah able to get her own board, and she'll go right back to the line for another 2 shots. She sunk 1 of the 2, and she basically got a 3-point attempt there, and she'll go to the line. Just unreal for Serena Cheetah.
She's looking at a 15-15 game right now, potentially a 20-20 if she keeps up this rate. She's been doing a great job at attacking the offensive boards and getting to the free throw line. You know, it's easy to score points when the time's stopped, right? So you keep racking up those stats.
Cheetah makes the first of 2 shots, and she's just been dominating so far. 16 points right now in the game for her. Second one's up and good for Serena. 17-4, and she'll go take a rest. Coach Giddens has not been afraid to switch these 2 bigs out. Back and forth, Angela Bachelor and Serena Cheetah have been taking turns, and that's why Cheetah's been so effective. She's been rested.
Yeah, great job by the coaching staff to keep their players rested.
And Barnes is going to step out of bounds, and the Stingers are going to get it right back. This is the biggest lead they've had so far in this game, 46-32.
Hate to tell it to you, Blake, but that was a blocking foul on Concordia. UQAM will keep the ball, 20 seconds as they go side out of bounds.
UQAM with a pass. Baseline there, almost stepping out of bounds. WBB has Demi Morisseau on her. She finds Marquis. Marquis to Barnes. Barnes. Great defense there by Fleming. Barnes with a little bit of a hand up there. She puts the shot up. It won't go. Rebound by Morisseau. Morisseau coming in hot. It's a 3-on-3. Morisseau finds Lawrence. Victoria Lawrence driving in with the right. Off the side of the backboard. Won't fall. WBB now. Another 3-on-2 opportunity here. WBB didn't commit the travel there, but it almost looked like she did. Victoria Lawrence now with a lot of space. She's driving in, draws the contact, and the foul, and one. Victoria Lawrence, her first points of the game, and she'll go to the line. But no, it's a charging foul on Victoria Lawrence. Wow.
Blake, I don't know how I feel about that call. I felt that the defender's feet were definitely still moving. It's very tough to take a charge when somebody's doing a Euro step. Nearly impossible unless you are standing there predicting the Euro step. An unfortunate call there for Lawrence, who's had a great second half so far.
Just terrible for Victoria Lawrence. She was so excited, as was I, and the entire crowd. Definitely thought that was a and one for number 13. She'll go to the bench. A little upset. There's WBB. Wide open Marquis. Pass inside. And there's a wide open Duchemin. Shot is up, but won't go, and that's the shot clock. Ball sails out of bounds, but UQAM gets it right back with an extra 14 seconds.
Both teams need to calm down a little bit here. This game is getting a little bit hectic. It's been back and forth. It's been scrambling basketball. Both teams need to get it into a player they can trust to dribble the ball and get a set going here and slow things down.
WBB looking for Marquis and finds her. Now it's a mismatch for WBB. She was thinking about pulling up. Instead, she swung it, and that's 3 seconds in the key. UQAM standing in the paint a little too long. Concordia is going to get the ball back.
And I don't blame Marquis for that. She had a mismatch that UQAM's coach was looking for. That play was ran to find her a mismatch, and they just left her out to dry standing in the paint.
Morisseau swinging it to Gasmi. Yasmin Gasmi gets the screen from Bachelor. Little pick and roll action here. She'll kick it out back up top to Lamour. Lamour hands off to Morisseau. Morisseau gets a screen of her own. Going baseline. Pass to the corner for Fleming. And another pass to Gasmi for three, but it won't fall. Rebound by Marquis. Marquis. Now it's Rivard with it. Or Allard. And that's a wrap up. They'll say it's a jump ball. This time it's going to Concordia.
UQAM coach with a bit of a face palm there. He is disappointed in the offense that UQAM is bringing out, and understandably, as Blake, they've scored 1 point in this third quarter.
Great observation, Oliver. 31 points to end the first half. We're 7.5 minutes almost into this third quarter. 1 point is just atrocious. Demi Morisseau wide open for three. No good off the front of the rim. She gets it right back. Morisseau out to Gasmi. Gasmi taking her time for Bachelor. She's looking to set up Gasmi again. 7 seconds on the shot clock, though. There's Morisseau. Morisseau driving in, looking for a kick out. She'll go up with the left, and it's good! And one, Demi Morisseau.
End of the shot clock. Put it in your point guard's hands. Get a screen, and she makes no mistake. A beautiful left-hand finish and one. That is exactly what you want to do in the dying seconds of the shot clock.
And Morisseau, a pass-first player, but that time she did it all on her own, going to the line, drawing the contact. She gets a chance to convert the and one here. Concordia up 15 points. Able to make that free throw, 3-point play there for Demi Morisseau. And UQAM having a tough time breaking this press. There's WBB. She has Lamour on her. There's a mismatch. Driving in with the right hand, and too easy for Rania WBB.
Abuse the matchup. When you've got a mismatch, take it, and that's a perfect spot for a point guard to use a mismatch with your speed, so great job there.
Fleming for three. Off the back of the rim, won't fall. Bachelor, though, with the rebound, and here's Morisseau with a three of her own. No good. Once again, Concordia just doesn't have the shooting stroke today from behind the arc. Allard bobbling it up and down. She finds a man. Here come the UQAM Citadin, and that's a foul there. 2 shots.
Marquise had the mismatch again, and finally they give her the ball. Yes, she didn't get the catch, but she got the foul. When you've got the mismatch, the guard is going to have to fight 10 times more, and a ref is looking for a foul when you got the mismatch like that. As a guard myself, it was always stick an arm in their back. Yes, it's not illegal, but you got to try and make it subtle as a guard so the ref doesn't see it, but the ref saw it that time. Marquis missing the first, though. These are huge opportunities for UQAM. You're getting to the charity stripe. You're in bonus, but you haven't been capitalizing whatsoever.
Marquis able to make the second of two. Couldn't get the first to fall, as you said, and 14-point game now for Concordia. A really good chance to pull away. Their offense has the tempo here, led by Demi Morris, so she's just so quick and makes it such a fast-paced game, making it hard for UQAM to keep up. There's Cheetah, who's back in. Yuma Hosa now. Yasmin Gasmi for three. No good. She just can't get it going today. But that's the type of shot you want her to keep taking. It's an open three. She knows she's a shooter, and shooters shoot, Oliver.
And that set was ran explicitly for her. A handoff play which led to a flare screen there to make her wide open on the wing.
There's Duchesme with a pass inside. Alice Allard, though, doesn't have the angle. She flicks it back to Duchesme, but a steal for Concordia. And Yasmin Gasmi with a chance now. Kicks it back out to Morris. So great job by Demi to get open. She puts it up and in for two.
Beautiful job there. Good passing and a great cut there by Demi, and she gets the wide open layup.
And it looked like Ubi Bet stepped out of bounds, and Elizabeth Duchesme able to get a shot up there. Either way, no good, and Concordia is going to make a substitution. Sarah Hans Bailey is going to check in for Demi Morisseau. Angela Bachelor on the inbound.
Demi deserves a break. She's been running up and down this court all quarter, so she deserves a breather before going into the fourth.
47 seconds to go. Wide open down low's Cheetah for two. 19 points for number 8. She had 21 last week. She's looking to blow past that today, and she just might. And a pass there and a falling over Elizabeth Duchesme. Ubi Bet looking to make something happen. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. She has a mismatch with Bachelor. Ubi Bet took her 2 steps out to Duchesme for 3. Wow, Duchesme from behind the arc, able to convert that one.
That's a pretty looking jump shot, Blake. I don't know why they haven't been looking to her more this game. That is pure.
12 seconds left to go. Cheetah has it now to Gasmi. Yasmin Gasmi in a 15-point game finds Cheetah down low, but UQAM able to get a hand in there. That was Lazia Barnes. 2 seconds, 1 second. Here's Ubi Bet to beat the buzzer again, but she took too long, and that's going to be that for the third quarter. 53-38 the score in favor of Concordia going into the fourth and final quarter of tonight's game, Oliver. We'll be right back in just a minute for more Stingers basketball. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we're just about to begin the fourth quarter of action. Oliver, a jam-packed third quarter for Concordia. The score was 35-31 after the halftime break. 53-38 now the score. UQAM only able to turn over 7 points in that quarter. What have we seen from Concordia that's been so different from that first half?
They've been aggressive on defense, but like we've been saying all game, in a better way. Instead of getting their hands active by reaching in, they've gotten their hands active by keeping them straight up and down. UQAM is a team that likes to turn the ball over, and they're making them turn the ball over by just letting them play their offense. They're doing a great job of staying in front of their defenders, and that was an all Concordia quarter, like you said, Blake.
I don't think anybody likes to turn the ball over, Oliver. And here's a drive for UQAM and a block from Yuma Hosa. Great effort on defense, and she comes up with it. Yuma Hosa looking for an option. She finds Sarah Hans Bailey. Bailey out down low to Bachelor for two, and it's true. Number 20 with her first bucket of the game, ending the dry spell.
A great job by the passer and the receiver. Patience on both ends with the pump fake and the layup.
And a foul there drawn on the ground. Concordia committing that one. First foul of the fourth quarter, 34 seconds in.
Yeah, you don't want to get into foul trouble in the fourth quarter because that can take a long time. Coaches have plays set up to foul bait and to get to the free throw line if you're in bonus.
And that's how teams get back into the game. Bachelor able to get her hands on it once again, forcing a jump ball, this time going to Concordia. Great heads-up play there by number 20.
Concordia all game has been doing a great job of getting on the floor and getting the loose balls. There's been at least 6 to 8 jump balls so far this game, so doing a great job on that front.
There's Bailey. She finds Gasmi. Yasmin Gasmi to Bachelor, but just again, pass is too strong.
A great job there, looking for the pick and roll. There was an empty side there, so Bachelor would have been wide open, just a little strong on the pass.
There's Ubi Bet. Rania Ubi Bet, but Bailey able to get a hand on it, and she forces the backcourt, but referee won't call it that way, and it's a block and foul on Sarah Hans Bailey.
2 fouls just 55 seconds into this fourth quarter. Blake, I think we just said it. You don't want to get into foul trouble in the fourth. It's the worst time to get into foul trouble. That's how you let teams back into the game.
Especially a minute in.
Yeah, especially a minute in.
There's Ubi Bet. She has Bailey on her. Bailey with a great display of defense in this one. Playing some big minutes for the Stingers, and a fadeaway too. And it's good for Duchemin. Shooting stroke's been there for number 14.
I'm so confused on why they haven't fed her the ball more, because that is a beautiful shot.
And speaking of beautiful shots, Serena Cheetah with the masterpiece tonight. 21 points in back-to-back games. Just unreal performance this season from number 8. And a steal to boot. Serena Cheetah just doing it all. There's Yuma Hosa finding Bailey. I think she was looking for Bachelor. Either way, Sarah Hans Bailey to Cheetah down low, and it's good! Serena Cheetah, 23-4 now.
I got nothing to say, but what a performance by Cheetah. 23 points. She wants that all-star nod again this year, Blake. She has been unreal tonight.
The Stingers with another steal. Here's Bailey. Bailey to Yuma Hosa for 3. No good. Oh, how nice that would have been. A rebound there for Ubi Bet. Rania Ubi Bet now coming in hot. She gets the ball poked out by who else? Sarah Hans Bailey.
Sarah Hans Bailey has been unreal this quarter on the defensive and offensive end. She's showed great patience, hands active. She's getting steals, she's getting blocks, but on the other end, she's taking her time, finding her teammates. Right there, she could have given it to Cheetah for a one-on-one in the post, but she waited, let the defender drop, and she found the wide-open shooter. The shot didn't drop, but it was a great offensive possession.
That it was, and there's a pass up top to Ubi Bet. Ubi Bet gets the screen from Janice, and now she's open for 3 of her own. Goes in and out. Janice with a big board, and she gets the foul and the shot. She'll go to the line. That's an and 1.
It feels like we haven't heard from Janice since the first quarter, but as soon as she gets on the court, making her presence known, getting an offensive board, and getting the and 1.
Janice doing a great job of rebounding so far in this game when she was getting minutes, as you said, and here she is being effective. A chance at the line for her now. She has 6 points, and she'll stay at 6. Rebound by Gasmi. A lot of contact there, but Concordia comes up with it, and no foul. 17-point game. The Stingers looking to pull away. Lawrence almost turns it over, finds Umahosa. She goes baseline, and she'll step out of bounds. UQAM basketball.
Don't let this get back to a 10-point game here, Blake. If you're Concordia, you got to keep the tempo going, but you don't want to push it. Time is your friend here. Waste the clock. Use your entire possession and get a shot up in the end.
Nice crossover there for WBB and a foul. They're going to call it on the offense. Victoria Lawrence able to draw the charge, and you got to love it if you're a Stinger fan right now. Lawrence being so effective in this game without scoring the ball.
Who else but Victoria Lawrence on the defensive end? She has been unreal tonight. You're saying she hasn't scored, but that does not matter whatsoever because she has been so solid on defense and is such a solid point guard.
Here she comes, checked into the game now for the first time is Sadie Roy for Concordia getting some minutes. Roy hands it off to Cheetah. Cheetah to Gasmy for three. Why not? Yasmin Gasmy from behind the arc to extend the lead to 20.
You give the shooter the ball enough times, one is going to drop, and that one was nothing but true there. A great shot to make it a 20-point game.
WBB with the right hand, and it's good for number 11. 11 points in this game for her so far. She's been the offense for UQAM, and there's Gasmy. You know she's waiting to pull the trigger now. Great crossover to get open, and a wide open layup for Sadie Roy, but she smokes it. And who else? Fabiola Lamour looking to get another big board. She's so aggressive there down low, and it's a jump ball, I think.
Yasmin Gasmy with the crossover, making the defender fall, and then a beautiful dime inside to Sadie Roy. She just couldn't finish the highlight, unfortunately.
And Sadie Roy hasn't gotten many minutes so far in this season, so that could be a reason why she hasn't been warmed up, but that's a look she's going to want to have back. Sadie Roy looking to put the clamps on WBB there. WBB, some great offense, but she picked up her dribble again, and she almost commits the travel. There's a nice little move there by Rivard, and a block, but they'll say it was a foul. Sadie Roy with a great effort on defense, but she'll send Lehu Rivard to the line for two.
Unfortunate for Sadie Roy. Her first minutes of the game come with 2 fouls and a missed layup. Nothing you can do about that one. She was straight up and down. Maybe some wrist action, maybe some hand action. So it's not. It's a foul in the end, and UQAM will head to the line for 2, missing the first.
And Rivard looking to make the second of her 2 shots. 18-point game, a chance to cut it to 17, and that she does not. But a rebound for UQAM. Fabiola Lamour able to come up with it. Here comes Victoria Lawrence. 6 minutes to go with some change there. There's Yasmin Gasmy for 3 once again, but this time not enough under that shot. Hits the front of the rim. There's WBB. Demi Morisseau checked back in for Concordia. WBB with that quick first step. Put in the work on Morisseau. That time it's not a foul, but Morisseau was the last person to put hands on it.
2 very quick players there going at each other. Morisseau getting the best of it, getting the hand on the ball to commit the steal, but it'll stay with UQAM.
And that pass was going nowhere, and now it goes out of bounds. Concordia getting possession there. Marjorie Marquis, the recipient of that pass, but it just took too much time to get there, and she just throws it out of bounds.
Some great off-ball defense by the Stingers this game. Great job denying, making the passes tougher for UQAM.
And here's Sadie Roy driving in, finds Fabiola Lamour, out to Lawrence. Lawrence gets the screen. Driving in with the right hand, and she doesn't get the shot to fall, but she'll go to the line for, guess what? Another 2 shots.
Another 2 shots for Concordia, and Victoria Lawrence's first opportunity at the charity stripe and her chance to get on the board with scoring so far tonight. You know, and she doesn't need it. It's the stuff that's not on the stat sheet that she has been doing all game tonight. She's been everywhere on the defensive end, active hands, getting tips, getting deflections, and she's even like that charge about 2 minutes ago. It's the little things that she's done tonight that have helped Concordia get this 18-point lead.
And the men's basketball team has a little tradition that they call dog of the game. They don't have that on the women's basketball team, but if they did, it would go to Victoria Lawrence.
100%. She has been the dog of the game for Concordia. Like I said, she's been everywhere. On the offensive end, getting rebounds, on the defensive end, making some great defensive plays.
And she's able to get in the box score for her first point after that second free throw. We thought she got there earlier with that crazy and one, but didn't go her way. Regardless, here come the Citadin. A few people wide open there, but who else but Lawrence for the steal? Fast break opportunity, putting the ball up, and she'll draw the foul. 2 more shots at the line, another steal to add to her total.
And some chatter after that play from Victoria Lawrence. She gets the steal, gets the foul. She'll head back to the line immediately for 2 more shots.
You just got to love the effort. She finished her trip to the free throw line 1 for 2, and now she wants another chance. Great defense leading to offense. Once again, the theme for this Stingers team, and it's been working. 19-point lead, chance to bring it to 20 right here. Shots up, no good for Victoria Lawrence. Her offensive woes continue so far in this game.
It's been a struggle for her, definitely, but like we've been saying all game, that's not what matters. We've seen it. The fans have seen it. The people on the stream have seen it. She's been everywhere tonight.
Victoria Lawrence brings it back to a 20-point game for Concordia. There's Marjorie Marquis breaking the press, and they'll say a foul. I thought they were going to call a little bit of a carry there. No, but it's going to be a foul on Concordia. That is their 4th foul, now 5, bringing it to bonus. And for the next 5 minutes, any foul is going to end at the line.
Yeah, 5 minutes of bonus time for UQAM. They'll definitely appreciate that. 20 points, though, that's a lot to make up at the free throw line because they've been struggling from the field all game.
That they have, and it's a timeout here called by the UQAM Citadin, and we'll be right back in just a few seconds to break down the last few minutes of this 4th quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the remaining 5 minutes in this 4th quarter here at John Dort Court. It's the Stingers against the Citadin. 20-point game. It's just been all Concordia in the second half, Oliver.
Concordia's been dominating this second half. Only 13 points this half for UQAM so far, opposed to Concordia's 29. So Concordia definitely doing a better job of getting on the scoreboard. But what I'd love to see here, the last 5 minutes from both teams, take this as a learning lesson for each team. It's not a super close game, but get into your plays. Practice your stuff in real time. There's only so much you can do in practice by practicing your plays and your sets and everything. But when you can get the opportunity like this to do it in real time, you take advantage of that.
And the Stingers taking advantage as much as they can here. Marjorie Marquis only able to make 1 of those free throws. Alice Fleming all alone in the corner. Sadie Roy looking for an option. Checking in for the Stingers now is number 4. That's Samaje Charlotte. And Victoria Lawrence going up high for that one. She'll draw a foul. Stingers are going to get it right back.
If I'm not mistaken here, Blake, UQAM showing zone. And that's exactly why they'll bring the big back in, probably forcing them to go back to man-to-man immediately.
Lawrence looking for Charlotte. Samaje Charlotte finds Fabiola Lamour at the elbow. She'll put up a 2, but it won't fall. Lamour looks to get her own rebound, chasing the ball, but can't corral it. Here come the Citadin. Marquis with a little handoff to Rivard. Rivard going to put the moves on Samaje Charlotte. She spins right, but the shot won't go. Cheetah with another board to add to her totals. Here's number 4 for the first time in this game, bringing it up for the Stingers. Cross-court pass to Lawrence. Lawrence with a cross-court pass of her own. Fleming for 3. Bang! Alice Fleming back in the stat sheet for Concordia the only way she knows how.
Skip pass, to skip pass. A great job there by Concordia to get the ball moving, and a great find from Victoria Lawrence to find Fleming, the shooter, wide open in the corner. She makes no mistake and drains it.
And Concordia looking to run plays for their shooters, and it's been working. Love to see Samaje Charlotte hopping in the game for Concordia for the first time this season.
Yeah, she's looked solid. She made a nice pass there to Victoria Lawrence, who ended up finding Fleming. So she has the hockey assist. Not showing up on the stat sheet, but it shows for us as we're watching.
Cheetah controlling the inbound for Concordia. There's Victoria Lawrence, fakes the three, back to Fleming once again. But this time, no good. Lamour on the rebound. Finds Lawrence, back to Fleming one more time. It's almost good. That looks so close. It went right under the rim. And a foul.
Victoria Lawrence just feeding Fleming at the moment, trying to get her shooter going. And you know, as a shooter, if you're struggling, may as well get as many shots up. Get your reps in. And Fleming's doing just that. She's got 10 points. She's had a great game. May as well get your reps up. Get your in-game shots. A foul committed there by Cheetah, and she'll head to the bench. 2 shots here for UBB, but it's been a great job. Great shooting by Fleming and a great pass there by Victoria Lawrence.
And you love to see shooters shoot the ball. I know, Oliver, that you were a shooter as well. There's nothing better than just watching that ball hang in the air and just being on the edge of your seat. And Alice Fleming, a sniper from behind the arc. So love to see her get going in this game. Another 2 shots here. This time, the Stingers get it, and they'll go to the line. 67-46. Concordia pulling away with 3:54 left to go.
Yeah, like you said, Blake, a shooter loves to see the ball in the air, but something more that a shooter loves to see is their point guards actually finding them. In that first half, we saw so many open Concordia shooters in the corner at the top, just getting left open and not getting the pass to them. Victoria Lawrence feeling that, understanding that, maybe had a conversation with her teammates at halftime, and she's made no mistake but finding her shooters in this second half.
That she has, and Angela Batchelor able to make both of her shots, and Lawrence just jumping out of the gym, looking to make something happen on the defensive end, but you can't do that. And she'll send Rania UBB to the line for another 2 shots.
You're up 23. There's 3:50 left in the game. I understand the game plan is to trap. Don't need to jump. Just get your hands active, especially against a smaller player like that. Victoria Lawrence is taller. Get your hands up. Get the steal.
And UBB able to make one of those free throws. Victoria Lawrence looking to set up her shooter again. This time, Lamour's wide open down low, but it won't go for number 11. And then she'll foul the rebounder in Marjorie Marquis. She barely touched her there, but the referee was right there under the basket. Just unbelievable for Concordia. That's not a foul you have to commit.
4 fouls in the last 30 seconds in between these 2 teams. It's just been a free throw barrage in this 4th quarter, but it's making this game end that much slower. Concordia up 21. No basket, lane violation there called by the referee, or basket called, so it was against Concordia, sorry. Referee just called it in the middle of her free throw, which is why I was a little confused.
Yeah, lane violation, and who else but Fleming for 3? No good, she gets her own rebound, driving in with the right. Can't get it to fall. And here's a wide open opportunity for UBB, but she also misses that one, and the ball goes off the hands of UQAM. Concordia gets it right back. So much energy in this game in the 4th quarter. Players are starting to miss their wide open shots. We could feel it up here in the booth. Oliver, there's Samaje Charlotte. She finds Lawrence. Lawrence double teamed once again. A perfect chance to get it to Fleming in the corner. Lawrence for 3 this time. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Fleming. Fleming makes the pass inside to Lawrence, to Batchelor, and there's Charlotte. Out to Batchelor in the corner. That's a 2. Won't go. Rebound by Lawrence. Lawrence has options. Looking for the cross court pass to Fleming. Fleming out to Charlotte for 3. No good. Great ball movement by Concordia. Can't get the shot to fall, but you gotta love watching them swing the rock. There's Duchesme. Handoff to UBB. UBB putting the moves on Charlotte. UBB has a wide open Alice Allard, but took too long. Allard with the floater. Won't go. Rebound Lamour, and now it's Victoria Lawrence. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Stinger ball.
Marquis has been everywhere this game for UQAM. Only 6 points in the game. We know she can do more than that. She showed that she can do more than that early on, re-hurting that right hand early on, maybe throwing her off her shooting, but she's been great on the defensive end. She's been everywhere, active hands.
She really has been. You could tell they missed her when she went out with that injury for those few minutes. And there's Charlotte. Has time. Out to Fleming for three in the corner. It's good! Alice Fleming making it rain. 72-49, 2 minutes to go. There's UBBet with the right hand, and that one's good for number 11. Trading buckets with the Stingers. And a quick substitution here for Concordia. Sarah Hans-Bailey is going to check back in.
A great job by Charlotte in those limited minutes in the fourth quarter. She looked solid, bringing the ball up the court. She made a couple great passes there. A good shift out there for her, as she doesn't usually see as many minutes as the rest of the players.
And a pass inside to Bachelor, and she'll draw the foul. Hard fall for Margie Marquis. You hate to see that. Bachelor just able to get positioning there. She saw the defender jump. Maybe you could break that down for us, Oliver. She'll still go to the line.
Coach a little unhappy with Bachelor there because she made the extra move. I'm not against it. She sees the defender coming from her left shoulder. You pump fake. And a great job. She drew the foul. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get a shot up at the same time, so no chance at the and one. But as a coach, I wouldn't be angry if a player pump fakes like that. You know, you've got a great opportunity under the net, yes. But you also have a defender flying at you from the opposite side of the key, so I don't blame her for not wanting to go up. Hopefully Marquis is okay because she's been taking a beating all game.
And Bachelor could have maybe, speaking of Bachelor, she gets that layup to fall. Beautiful move down low for number 20, but she probably felt that defender behind her. And you mentioned the hands of Marquis. She's been so effective, so maybe a reason why she went to the pump fake. And there's a mismatch there for UBBet. She puts the layup on Angela Bachelor. Back-to-back layups for UBBet after a Concordia bucket. 74-53, a minute 35 left. This game is over, Oliver. And a timeout is called by Coach Gittens. She doesn't like that layup going in. And Coach Gittens never afraid to call a timeout, even if the game is out of hand, whatever side it's on.
Oh, 100%. It's a learning experience no matter what time of the game it is. And that's been way too many easy layups for UBBet in the second half. They did a great job at defending her in the first half. She had a couple bad misses, a couple missed layups, a couple missed threes. But the second half, she's definitely been a lot more herself, and she's gotten a lot better looks. And Coach is definitely unhappy about that because they've been way too easy of looks. There's no help side coming over if she's beat. And the defender's getting beat too easily, may I say, because she's giving her the lane. She's opening her hips up, allowing UBBet to get by her. But the help side still needs to come over. It's a team game, Blake.
100%, and UBBet has been extremely aggressive on offense, and as soon as she has that mismatch, she's just been doing everything she can to blow by that defender, and it's been working. We are about to resume play. A minute 30 left in the game. Coach Gittens has a lineup of Fabiola Lamour, Yasmin Gazmi, Sarah Hans-Bailey, Alice Fleming, and Angela Bachelor in the game. There's Bailey. Concordia could just take their time here and dribble out the clock as much as they can. Lamour to Fleming. Fleming fakes the three. Out to Lamour. Back to Fleming. Can't control it. You knew she was going to pull the trigger. Gazmi, 8 seconds. To Bachelor. To Bailey for three. Won't fall. Rebound by Duchemin. Elizabeth Duchemin finds Alice Allard. Allard, handoff to Marquis. Marquis spinning around for the midi. Unfriendly roll. Bachelor comes up with it. A minute to go in this one. Concordia up 21 points to get their second win of the season. Second win against the UQAM Citadin. Citadin with a three. That's Duchemin. Won't go. Rebound by Lamour. Neither team's quitting with the effort here. And there's Fleming one more time. And it's good. Alice Fleming with 3 threes so far in the second half. 16 points for Alice Fleming, a second half star for Concordia.
If you told me, Blake, that Concordia would put up 77 points in the game after the way the second half of the first quarter and the first half of the second quarter were played, I would say you're crazy, but they've proved us wrong, and with another blowout win over the Citadin tonight.
Tanisha Gittens with no doubt an inspiring speech for her team at halftime, and it's just been all gas, no breaks for the Stingers, buzzing their way to their second win of the season, and there's Fleming one more time. Why not? Alice Fleming with the icing on the cake, and that's it, that's all for basketball here for the Concordia Stingers women's team, and they'll get their second win of the season. 80-55, the final score. It's been a heck of a night for the women's basketball team, Oliver. Highs and lows, but they ended the game winning by 25.
What a second half for the Stingers, putting up 45 points and only allowing 24. So great job there. They picked it up, cleaned it up defensively, and they cleaned it up offensively, found their wide open shooters, found their wide open bigs, and they did a great job at executing all second half, and they take home yet another dominant win over UQAM.
That they did, a dominant win indeed against UQAM, and the next time you'll see the Concordia Stingers women's basketball team at home will be in the new year. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this broadcast, please stay tuned in because the men's basketball team is playing in just 30 minutes time. For all of us here at the Stingers broadcast team, for my partner Oliver Richmond, I'm Blake Saraga. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching Stingers basketball, and we'll see you next time.